Welcome back to my channel where we talk all things relating to anxiety and mental well-being. In today's video, we're talking about how you can help support somebody else who's dealing with anxiety right now. So if you have a loved one or a friend who is experiencing anxiety, your support can make a very positive difference in their journey towards better mental health. Anxiety can be a challenging and isolating condition, but with a compassionate approach, you can provide the initial support they may need. However, you may not always know what to do or what to say. So I wanted to give you some top tips. But before I do, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and ring that bell so you get regular notifications every time I post a video. So the first thing you can do is educate yourself about anxiety. Understanding anxiety is essential. Take the time to learn about the different types of anxiety disorders there are and the common symptoms, because this knowledge can help you empathise more and respond more effectively when you're having these conversations. I have a lot of in-depth blogs and articles on my website that explain what anxiety actually is, what types of anxiety there are, and what are the symptoms. So I suggest you have a little read through some of those and watch some of my other videos on my channel. And I will ensure to make sure there's some links in the description so that you can refer back to them. So anxiety is very common, with 1 in 4 people struggling in any given year. Anxiety can vary in severity from mild uneasiness to a terrifying panic attack. And it can also vary in how long it lasts, from a few fleeting moments to many, many years, depending on what you're going through. We can all struggle with anxiety from time to time, such as if we were to take an important test or maybe receive a medical diagnosis. However, this is very, very different to somebody who has an anxiety disorder, when someone is said to be severely anxious for a period of 6 weeks or more. They are consumed by fear of things that can seem completely rational to anyone else. Their body is frequently in a fight and flight state, and they'll be releasing the stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, and this gives side effects. So the symptoms may include things like an increased heart rate, and this then leads to elevated blood pressure. They may find it struggle to breathe and have muscle aches and tingly or jelly legs, as we call them. They may have headaches, sweat more, blush, have a dry mouth. They may have an upset tummy or that feeling of butterflies in their tummy. All of these are common symptoms. You'll probably also notice a change in their behaviour too. They may be seeking constant reassurance from you and doubt themselves with simple tasks and decisions that they need to make. They may be more irritable or isolate themselves from others and stop doing things that they once enjoyed. Their sleep patterns have likely changed too, and with them needing to sleep more or not being able to sleep at all. And the same with feeding and eating. They may be eating more or less than usual. So if you've experienced anxiety previously, recognise that what you have been through is not likely the same as what your loved one is going through right now, because everyone's journey with anxiety is unique to them. Step 2, listen without judgment. One of the most powerful ways to help someone who is struggling with anxiety is to be a good, empathetic listener, allowing them to express their feelings and thoughts without any fear of judgment. Sometimes just talking about their worries can be therapeutic. It's more important for you to be genuinely caring than it is for you to say all the right things. Your loved one needs additional love and support and understanding, so be empathetic, compassionate and patient. If you're struggling to know what to say, just ask them to tell you more. Keep asking them, tell me more, tell me more. This gives them the opportunity to open up more and know that they are not burdening you. This may be the first time they've ever spoken about their anxiety, and it helps them to open up and process their own thoughts too. Reassure your loved one that with time they will feel better. No emotion or feeling lasts forever, so offer them emotional support and let them know that you're there for them. You'll need to be patient. Anxiety can be unpredictable and it can come upon us without any warning. Be patient when your loved one's anxiety escalates. Now, there's a fine line between enabling their anxiety and forcing them out of their comfort or safe zone. It is understandable that you would want to protect your loved one from something they're fearful of. However, this is often counterproductive. I have parents who send their children to me as their child is refusing to attend school. Anxiety should ideally be addressed way before this stage, as keeping a child out of school reconfirms to them that school is scary and the child doesn't have the opportunity to build up the resiliency and understand that they can cope. So the sweet spot is to encourage them ever so slightly out of their comfort zone without them becoming too overwhelmed. A great way to do this is to use the fear and exposure ladder. You may have heard of it before. I also have a circle of control and influence worksheet that I will add to the description, and this will help them feel more in control. So you can work through both of these worksheets with your loved one and help them regain control. So if you're finding this helpful so far, please don't forget to like and subscribe. The fourth thing is provide practical help. Small tasks can seem really overwhelming when someone is struggling with anxiety. What tasks can you help them with? Maybe you can do their shopping, help them with some cooking, or even taking the children to school when they're struggling to get out of bed. They're not being lazy, they're generally fearful of something. Number 5, help them practice relaxation techniques. Don't underestimate this one. Teach your loved one relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, mindfulness, and meditation. These practices can be incredibly beneficial in managing anxiety. And again, I have lots of videos on my channel and will include additional links in the description. Encourage self-care. Sometimes when we're anxious, our self-care can suffer. So promote self-care routines such as regular exercise, a balanced diet, and ensure they're getting sufficient sleep. These can all have a really positive impact on anxiety levels. Maybe you can encourage them to go for a walk with you. I often find that my clients who do walk and talk therapies with me open up faster as there's no direct eye contact. And furthermore, their posture is different when they're walking. They're more upright, so they can often see things from a different perspective that they don't necessarily notice when they're sitting in a chair at home. Respect boundaries. It's important to respect your loved one's boundaries. Ask them what kind of support they need and how can you help them without overwhelming them. The key is to not overwhelm. It's also important, however, to respect your own boundaries so that you do not burn out from supporting them. Share the tasks with others and, if you can, put a tag team together so your loved one has several different people that can help and support them. Celebrate their victories. Now, anxiety can make even small tasks feel like significant achievements. Celebrate their victories, no matter how minor they may seem. They got out of bed this morning, yay! Positive reinforcement can boost their confidence. And you might want to encourage some professional help too. It is great that you are there to support your loved one. However, if your loved one needs additional support, you may wish to encourage them to speak to a professional if they think it would be useful. A trained anxiety specialist can prescribe a personal plan to understand the underlying cause of their anxiety, as well as help them to develop coping strategies that are healthy and will be focused around their own individual needs. Now, I will add, it's important to find an anxiety specialist rather than an all-round counsellor or practitioner, as the specialist will be able to help them get to the root cause, and that is what's really triggering their anxiety. If we deal with the surface level and not the underlying level, then the anxiety will continue to come back. So there are many different types of anxiety and there is not one size fits all. So I do suggest seeking help with an anxiety specialist is the answer. We often hear that CBT, cognitive behaviour therapy, is a good solution for anxiety. However, that works on thoughts alone and not the underlying cause. Anxiety therapy will also provide them with the tools and techniques and coping strategies they need to navigate any future challenges they may come across. So if you do want to take the next steps and have a happy life where their fears no longer hold them back, then there will be a link in the description where you can book a no obligation consultancy call and ask questions and see how they can best be helped. So don't forget to head on over to the description where you can find lots more resources and information and ways of which you can contact me. And if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and ask me questions and I can get back to you. It's important that my videos get to as many people as possible because I want everyone to realise that nobody needs to struggle with anxiety. So thank you for that, and until then, bye for now.